So you might have to show evidence that you have enough money throughout your stay in France. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Omalade Okaito and I focus on faith, travel and reviews, and in today's video I am going to be focusing on travel. So this video is going to be about entry requirements to France. But before I get into the video, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. The button is just below. I would really appreciate it. Okay, so when it comes to traveling to France, don't get it twisted. Things are a little bit unclear due to Brexit, and travel rules and regulations are always changing. So I do advise to always check the gov.uk website when it comes to travel. Keep yourself up to date, because the information that I give on this video could change by the time I release it or in the near future. So please make sure that you are checking the gov.uk website. Everything that I'm explaining for this video is coming from the gov.uk website, so ensure that you are cross-checking what I'm saying with the gov.uk website, and if there's anything extra, do make sure that you check it out. So disclaimer, this video is for those traveling from the UK to France. If you're traveling from another country, please check the entry requirements for your country. Do not use this video as a basis. This video is only for those traveling from the UK to France. Okay, so everything I am mentioning is from the gov.uk website. So I do have my phone so that I do not waffle, and I've got a few notes here to help me so that I can explain this well for you guys. So it is quite a lot, it is quite a bit. Please stay with me to the end of this video. Do not give up, because if you are traveling to France, this is some really useful information. Okay, so for those of you who are vaccinated, you need to ensure that you have your first and your second dose, because that's what they consider as vaccinated. And if you had your vaccination, maybe it wasn't within the last 9 months, then they would expect you to have a booster. If it has been within the last 9 months, then you are fine to travel to France. But if it's out of that 9 months, then they are expecting that you've had a booster since then. Okay, so for those of you who are unvaccinated, if you are traveling to France, you will need to take a PCR test set within 72 hours or an antigen test within 48 hours or pre-departure. Do not use an NHS test, please. Do not use those NHS tests. Make sure that you go private, and make sure you go through a private organization, company, to do your COVID-19 test. They will not accept the NHS test that is usually given out. Also, one thing that I forgot to add is that you may be asked to fill in a passenger locator form. So you may be asked to fill in that form. So just bear that in mind, that you may be asked to fill in a passenger locator form. Okay, and of course, how do you get into France? So of course you travel with a passport, your UK passport, but no need for a visa for up to 90 days in any 180-day period without a visa. Of course, if your stay is much longer than that, then you will need to look into what are the next steps for that. However, you know, if you're just going for a short trip, then no need for a visa. You're able to travel freely with your UK passport. Okay, let's get to the nitty-gritty stuff. So according to the gov.uk website, some of these things they may ask you. So I'm just going to say it because it's better to be on the safe side. So they may ask you for proof of insurance, proof of a return ticket, proof of where you're going to stay, and proof that you have enough money for your trip. Okay, so just to break this down for you guys, because the first one was actually my situation where I was staying with a friend. So they may ask you for a welcome invitation letter. So my friend had to do a welcome invitation letter for me, inviting me to France because I was staying with a friend. And also they may ask to prove that you've got 30 to 50 euros each day for your trip. So you've got 30 to 50 euros each day for the trip. So, you know, if you're staying for 4 or 5 days, which was my case, then you will need to show you have 32.50 euros each day. So you might have to show evidence that you have enough money throughout your stay in France. Wow. Did they ask me for the invitation letter? No. However, if you are going to be staying with friends and family, do make sure you have it just in case, because they may ask you. Another category is if you have a second home in France, you will need to be able to show proof of ownership or tenancy of your property. So example, that can be via a tax or a utility bill. And the third thing is if you are staying in a hotel, which might be a lot of you guys' case if you're traveling to France, or other commercially provided accommodation, you may be asked for confirmation of your reservation when entering France. You should also be prepared to show proof of funds of at least 65 euros per day for the duration of your stay. So these are the different categories. And for example, if you are the first category where you're staying with friends and family and you do not have an invitation letter, then you will need to prove that, you have 120 euros per day for the duration of your stay. So if you don't have an invitation letter, then you have to skip to this part and show that you have 120 euros each day in your account, basically. So I guess a bank statement, you will need to show a bank statement to prove that you have enough money in your account for 120 euros of each day if you don't have an invitation letter, which was going to be my backup plan if my friend didn't manage to send the invitation letter to me. Anyway, guys, I really hope that this video was helpful. The question is, are they going to ask you for all of these things? Who knows? In my case, that wasn't the case. They didn't really ask me for much. It was very minimal stuff that they asked me for. However, it's better to be on the safe side and make sure that you have all of these things. Now, some requirements are different for different individuals. My requirement was a bit different because I was staying with a friend. So, the requirement for me staying with a friend was invitation letter and proof of address of where I was staying. So however, if you're staying in a hotel, it's a bit different because you don't necessarily need the invitation letter, but you need to show that you have proof of where you're staying, the hotel address, I guess, or Airbnb address, and as well as enough funds. So, and then of course, if you own a second property in France, then it's proof of ownership, such as a utility bill and etc. So you can see that the requirements are different depending on your circumstance and your situation. So please bear that in mind. Everything I am saying is from the gov.uk website. So do make sure that you do check the gov.uk website, and they most probably will even have more information. But most things that I am mentioning is from the gov.uk website. So I would like to know, is any of you guys traveling to France soon? I would love to know. Do let me know. Things are a bit different when traveling on the Eurostar, because I traveled using the Eurostar. It's different. It's not like when I used to just get on the Eurostar and then that's it. No, there's a whole process. It feels like you're flying, but you're not flying. Obviously, you're going on the train. But yeah, it feels like you're actually flying. They screen your suitcase and everything. So there's a whole process. So do make sure you do get there on time, 90 minutes to 2 hours early, just like as if you were flying. So I really hope that this video was helpful. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. Until next time, guys.